Good morning, traders. It is Thursday, January 22nd. We are about an hour and a half into trading. The ECB announced that it is going to be purchasing 60 billion euros worth of bonds each month. That was in line with expectations, and you would have expected the market to gap higher and never look back, but we have had some volatility this morning. There's the initial reaction, big sell-off, and now we're rallying back up to the highs of the day, which is positive. You would expect that central bank easing would attract buyers. We still have the flash PMI to get through tomorrow. If it's just in line with expectations, that should be enough to buoy the market. And this 100-day moving average will hold, and we'll continue to distance ourselves from it. Now, I think we've got at least 2 weeks of decent price action here. We should be able to see a little bit of an earnings relief rally, but I don't know that we're going to run right back up to the high. This has been some pretty heavy selling, and we've seen big volume on those declines. So I feel that the character of the market is changing a bit, and I'm going to be looking to sell maybe a put spread or two, and then we'll also look to buy some calls. Now, I did go through and I took a look at a lot of different searches earlier today, but I want to go through and highlight some of the stocks that were in the webinar last night. ALK, Alaska Air, Spirit Air, really nice technical breakout there. I don't know how the options are, but this is certainly looking very, very good. Airlines are benefiting from heavy travel, consolidation, fuller planes, and a drop in fuel prices. So let's see if we can maybe buy a call in ALK. I like that better because the earnings have been announced. LUV also announced earnings. That's a really nice breakout. We could see the stock continuing to push higher. This was one to buy on the open today, and I had mentioned this in last night's webinar. Unfortunately, I've been busy getting my market comments out. I was not able to take advantage of that on the open. If you watched the webinar last night and you saw the positive reaction in the breakout, you knew exactly what to do. We had our buy signal right there as well. So let's take a look at the love options, see where those are currently trading. I'll bring up the order entry screen. We'll enter LUV. And we're going to scroll down. We'll go to Feb at the monies. And the stock is currently right around $45. So we'll see where these options are trading. I'm only going to do a little bit of size right now just to show you the types of trades that I'm looking for. We'll go in at 170. We'll only buy a couple of these. We're filled right away on it. So we got our first trade in the books. I'm looking for this stock to continue to push higher. The news has been excellent for the entire industry. We'll continue to take a look down. AAL, American Airlines, that's pushing through. They'll be announcing soon. That also looks very attractive. Any of these names actually have really, really good looking charts. So let's go in and maybe buy a couple of AAL. Those options should be very liquid. And we'll take a look at those. And AAL is currently around $55. I am using the interface. We've already got one airline, so let's buy another. Pull that back to, we'll do one contract, and we'll go in at 272. We'll go right between the bid ask and see if we can get filled on that. Gold, we just had a buy signal on, getting a little lofty for me personally. I don't like buying up in here, but we've done very well on gold so far this year. So I'm going to continue to take a look. Mosaic, these stocks have been red hot. and it's got good option liquidity. I like the breakout here. I like the breakout to a new relative high. I just don't like that it's been overextended in here after really not doing a whole lot for a while. So I'm going to hold off on that, but that's certainly one to watch. AGU, Agrium, is another fertilizer stock. That chart I like better because we've got that really nice breakout. I don't think the options are that liquid. We'll check the liquidity right now and we'll see. We'll go and take a look at AGU. Bring up that option chain. Probably have to go to 105s or 110s. Yeah, look at that bid-ask spread, mile wide. I looked at potash. I didn't like that chart as well. S&Ps are continuing to rally in here. We're up about 18 points now, so we're up 3 points from just the time that I've been speaking. Boeing was another stock that I highlighted yesterday. Beautiful breakout right here. Recent buy signal. We'll buy a few Boeing calls. Stock's at 135. Option chain is loading. Whenever I have the recording software running, it always seems to take longer for the options to load up. So normally this is going to be split second fast. So let's take a look at, we'll go maybe the 140 strike in here. And these are cheap enough to where we can go at the money in February. And we'll try and split that. We'll buy one. We'll go at 260. Got that working. Now we're just going to take a look and see what else we've got popping up. UNH, I talked about all the healthcare stocks yesterday. Those look good. NOC, this is a nice breakout. Not great liquidity, but a very nice breakout. I like that. Just going down the list. Williams-Sonoma, I told you yesterday I liked it. Liked the breakout. Didn't like the option liquidity, but I like the consumer sector. We just got filled on Boeing. And so let's just continue to go through and see if I can find anything else that strikes a chord. If not, I've got two trades I want to look at from last night's webinar as well. And we were going to sell a put credit spread on letter Z, Zillow. You can see how that stock's doing well, and we had keyed off of that $95 strike price. Wish I'd have done it earlier in the day, but again, I was busy getting my morning comments out. So let's take a look at Zillow, and we're going to sell an out-of-the-money put credit spread, and we're going to key off of the $95 strike price. We're going to go out to February, and so we're looking at this 95. We'll also bring up the 90s. So we want to sell this, which is 480 bid. This is 340 ask. So right off the screen, we know we can get $1.40. This is a very wide bid-ask spread. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see that automatically triggers a sell because I clicked on the bid. It assumes I'm selling. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on the ask for the farther out strike, and it's going to assume that I'm buying that. This will be a 1-by-1 spread. And the platform very nicely shows me what the bid ask of the spread is. So it's 140 bid offered at 220. I think we should be able to get $1.60 for that pretty easily. I can even go in at $1.70 and really try and pick up a decent credit. So let's go in and do that. 170. That's a very healthy credit, by the way. And try and do that a couple times. And we are filled on that right away. So we got a $1.70 credit. Just to refresh your memory, we want Zillow to stay above $95. If it does that even for a week or two, we're going to be in great shape because we'll see time decay come out of that spread. And Earnings were announced right in here, so I believe we've got at least a week or two. By all means, make sure you buy this back in before earnings are announced. Tesla was another stock that we looked at. And here we had earnings on the 6th, so we should have another week or so available there. System's done very, very well on Tesla recently. So let's take a look at that put credit spread. We'll wait for that to load, and then I'll look at maybe one or two more option trades. So Tesla we've currently got at 197, so we're going to go down to the Februaries. I do not plan on holding these over the earnings announcement. And distance ourselves as much as we can because this is a volatile stock. We'll see just where we can go. So something like the 195s are $9.90, 190s are $8, so you can get $2 for that. I want to give myself a little bit more breathing room. As you know from my comments, I'm not overly excited about the market right here. I think that lots of nervous jitters. So I'm going to try and sell that 190, and I'm going to buy the 185. And I'm going to see what the spread is on that. Okay, there we've got our 190, 185. We can see that the spread is 160 bid offered at 195. I'm going to go in at 175 and see if we can get filled close to the middle here. It's a liquid stock. We'll do 2 contracts. Filled almost instantly. Make sure that you are working orders between the bid-ask spread. So what you see on the screen is oftentimes not indicative of where the option is actually trading. Let's take a look at a couple of others that I recall from yesterday. CRUS, SWKS had earnings announcement today. You can see that by the arrow right there before the open. Reaction has been okay, but not great. I would like to see the stock pushing higher after earnings and have not seen that. So we're going to hold off on that and see if we can find maybe 1 or 2 other trades to do here. And I'm looking for liquidity. That's all I'm doing as I visually scan through here. I'm going to take a look at the candlesticks and see if I'm seeing anything interesting there. Now these are all conforming to the candlestick chart and they have recent buy signals. Oh man, Sherwin-Williams looks great. I love that ascending triangle right there. It's breaking through that horizontal resistance. We got a buy signal way back here. Just wish the option liquidity were better on it. It's the only missing ingredient. And let's see if we can. We're gonna be sorting this so that we've got the biggest, strongest stocks listed at the top. And again, I am focusing on stocks that I know have good option liquidity. So I don't really see anything there. A lot of the energy stocks are getting some excellent price action right now. That's a nice breakout on Cigna. Healthcare stocks have also done well. Coors is kind of a bottom fisher. That stock has been pounded. It is in the retail sector. I don't like the fact that their numbers have been missing expectations. So you have to wonder if the trend may have run its course. ATK, we saw NOC earlier. ATK is a defense stock. So we know the defense stocks are getting some pretty nice price action right now. And I'm going to finish up finally by looking at really big rally, great entry. Really big rally. Stock might have moved away from us. So on the open, I would have definitely day traded that breakout. You would have seen it on this, and that would have been a nice dollar plus move. But I'm not seeing anything else that really excites me here, and I'm going to sort this so I get the stocks that are up listed at the top. AMD is doing pretty well. That stock has been a real dog recently. Okay, I'm going to resort to one more thing here to see if I can pick up one more trade. I'm just going to go through our symbol groups here to see if there's anything new that interests me. Apple has been very strong. They're coming up on earnings. Got a nice little buy signal right in there. VMware. Okay, it looks like it wants to push higher. Got to be very careful in here. And I'm just looking to see, I'm going through my S&P list right now to see if there's anything new that's come up today that might interest me. Doesn't take long to find these charts. You can see even with the describing that the commentary that I'm adding right now, I'm still able to go through and find these in a matter of minutes. LMT, another defense stock. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that's getting close to a nice little breakout there. That might be worth a shot. I like that. General uptrend trying to break out. KSS, that's Kohl's. So LMT right now is looking somewhat interesting. NTAP, good liquidity. Excellent short right there. We've done well on this stock. I like that support level right there as well. This would be another nice put credit spread. Don't know when the earnings are. That's my only hesitation, which, by the way, I am going to be adding an earnings calendar to the platform, so that'll be something to look forward to. So NTAP, I'm going to put that in the back of my mind to see if there might be something for us there. PetSmart, Takeover, and we're almost through the list here. Okay, so I didn't see anything that really struck a nerve. NTAP might be one. Network appliance, it's been beaten down. Take a look at the option liquidity here. I'm going to go straight options on that one. And the stock is currently at 39.30. We'll look at the 40 strike. And the bid-ask spread is nice and tight for us. So let's go in and buy a couple of these. And I want that support level to hold. And we'll go maybe 96 on these, try and go between the bid-ask spread. And we'll put that order out there as well. So we'll just recap the trades that we've done today. I think all of these have excellent promise. I am focusing a bit more on selling out of the money put credit spreads. We sold one on Tesla, and we sold a put credit spread on Zillow. We're trying to buy a couple of NTAP calls, network appliance. We bought a Boeing call, we bought an American Airlines call, and we bought two Southwest Airlines calls as well. So this should give you a really good feel for some trades that I've got working currently, and more importantly, kind of the process that I go through. Normally it takes me 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes to go through and find some excellent candidates. I'm just looking for new buy signals, stocks that are rallying off of support, or stocks that are breaking through horizontal resistance. Thank you so much. Trade well.